Therapy Playoff Breakdown.
What's going on, everyone? Coach Steve in the house. Just thought that it'd be special to do a live breakdown for you guys. I was inspired by someone in our league in a parallel universe. Very handsome commissioner. You wouldn't happen to have been a DJ, would you? He did a breakdown on a chalkboard here. Hey, Kiba. But, Jamin, let's get with the times here. Much like Aaron Rodgers, reviewing the plays and slamming down his tablet there. We're going digital, folks. So let's jump right into the picks. At the top here, we got I Don't Know, Margot versus the Splanners. Right at the top, we got Rodgers versus Tannehill. So Rodgers has, as of late, been on fire. So you got Tannehill, who, since he's taken over the Flying Hawaiian, has been a really good fantasy start. I don't know, Margot's getting a little too cute with their quarterbacks, but I think they got something figured out here, especially against Oakland. However, Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to give this slight advantage to. Gallup's going to be a big question mark this game. Is he going to get the volume? He's going against Chicago, and it's a Thursday night game. I'm going to give the slight edge to Evans. Although he's been a little cold, I think he's going to have a hot game. Hopkins and Boyd, that one's easy. We're going to go to Hopkins. It's going to come down right here. Running back matchup. I like Ingram. I don't like Connor. I like Chubb, and I like Henry. So we're going to go with the slight edge to these two, or I would say heavy because I don't even think Connor's going to play. All right. Tight ends, Doyle versus Goddard. It's kind of a wash. Adams. I'd love to see Adams versus Sutton for a league freak out. But they got Fournette in there, and I don't blame them. The volume's there. Fournette's a little bit more consistent. You never know with Adams. If Rodgers can have a good game, there could be a slight upset here. We're not even going to worry about the New England defense because Kansas City is going to shock the world. Easy win for Margot. They're going to move on. Bottom of the bracket here, we got Whiskey and Wine versus Nuts and Honey. This is a grudge match. If you recall, Nuts and Honey actually took down Whiskey and Wine in the regular season. So, rightfully, they face each other in the playoffs here. You got Lamar Jackson versus Cousins. On paper, you would think it's a landslide towards Lamar Jackson. Way ahead, I think, in my opinion, for the MVP. However, if the young God Mahomes didn't break his kneecap off, there'd be some competition there. Moving on. Cousins has been pretty consistent for a fantasy quarterback. It's not a primetime game, so I think he's going to put up numbers. But Lamar Jackson, he's got that Buffalo defense. And shout out to my Slaters. Buffalo's turning heads there in the...
Sorry.
Are we going to have to edit that
No,
out?
keep going.
Okay,
Just keep
Lamar Jackson, even though he's going for a tough defense against Buffalo, I'm giving him the edge. Goodwin, Cooper, Thomas Robinson. I'm going with the Goodwin-Cooper stack. I think Thomas is one of the best receivers in the league, even though he's facing San Francisco. Robinson, it's tough. It's a tough one, but I'm going with Goodwin and Cooper. Kamara and Gordon. This is another tough one. This is going to be a really close match, guys. Kamara's got the defense. Main commish. Who do you got? Who do you got in this one? Kamara or Gordon?
I'm going to go Gordon just because I'm bitter.
Well, I agree. All right, let's go Gordon. Singletary. Arguably one of the best pickups of the league. Great job, Jamin and Sarah. They do their homework, and they sniff out those gems on that waiver wire. Most moves in the league, by the way, folks, so keep your eye on the Whiskey and Wine. I'm going to go... Hunt's just not getting the volume there. I think he's a better running back. He's just not getting the volume. Kittle's easy, and Anderson takes it over Shepard. So I have Whiskey and Wine slight edging out Nuts and Honey. Moving to the Battle of the North, we got our Upslaters, who arguably number one seed, technically number two with points for, with the Jammins edging them out, but they've had a very strong season, and you can see their points for 150. But we got the other couple on the other side of the coast in NorCal, the Sac City Boozers. So we got Wilson versus Watson. This will be a very telling match, guys. You got Wilson versus the Rams, and you got Watson versus Denver. I honestly think Watson is going to torch Denver. Wilson is a great NFL quarterback, but at times, and the Slaters already know this, it can become very inconsistent for fantasy. So I'm going to give the edge to Watson. Moore and Lockett versus Allen and Pascal. It's kind of one and the same. These two very inconsistent. I'm not even really liking Pascal. I'm going to slide edge over to the wide receiver end on the Slaters. McCaffrey and Hyde versus Carson and Cooks. These two right here are big question marks. The question mark there, capital Q, with Dalvin Cook's health. If Dalvin Cook is healthy and can play a full game and get his workload, I think these two edge out McCaffrey. Moving down to Hooper, this will be the deciding factor that'll have my upset of the week. Odell Beckham versus Cincinnati, Edelman versus KC. Again, KC's going to shock the world. And boom, that's what I got. Sac City Boozers take it on. They're moving on. Great season, Slaters. Love Life versus Divorce Force. You got the young god Mahomes versus Prescott. I don't like Thursday night players. It's a short week. Dak Prescott's doing his hip thrust right now as we speak. And with that being said, Mahomes is going to take that down and shock the world against New England. Drink every time I say that. We got Cup and Hill versus Samuel and Brown. The stack right there is going to be great. Elliott and Jacobs versus Mostert and Penny. Mostert's going against New Orleans, and Penny's going against the Rams. They're coming in hot, but I just don't see it for them this week. Divorce Force, I'm so proud of you guys. You guys got upset, written over. You guys are the true dark horse and underdog. So if you win this match, it wouldn't surprise me. But I do have Sanders edging it out in the Monday night heartbreak games. This is my Monday night heartbreak of the week. So there you have it, guys. Those are my picks. We do have a quick bracket here that we want to break it down and send you off.